Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining today. As you can see, the last video cut short. I'm not sure what happened. I ran out of batteries somehow, but we all know how iPhones, you charge them, you're good for a few days, but apparently not in my case. So where did they cut? Discrepancy number one. And this is how I know it's not the angels, but the dark forces. So if I really ran out of batteries, there would not be any discrepancies. The video would cut and the sound would cut. But the video cut right after I said the word king, right? That's why I put an image, because I was like, the sound didn't make it. But then I thought about it. I'm like, well, listen, if I really run out of batteries, which happened to me before, the sound would have cut exactly where the video would cut, because it's running out of power, right? So it's fusing out. When it fuses out, both of them goes at the same time. Anyone who has studied hardware, software, whatever, right, should know this. But in my case, I noticed, hey, the video cut after the word king, but the word king didn't make it. The audio cut right before I said the word king. So that kind of looks like, oh my God, she said the word king, cut the video, stop talking, cut the air, and then erase the last word. You can see there is a discrepancy. Something played with the audio and video without me approving of it. But that's okay. That's okay. So then I thought about it over the weekend. I'm like, oh, they didn't like what I said. Okay. And I know why. I know why. Because I didn't even like what I said. I can make any regular person and turn them into king, right? Which is a horrible thing to do. I will not even do that myself. Why? Because I've been observing. Even the most influential people, even the most powerful people, you give them a little power, they run south with it. They run north with it. It's like, why do you have to run extremes with it, right? So me, myself, with my 20 years of experience, I can see that nobody can handle the power. Even the presidents I worked for, they all lost their shit at some point. All the startups I worked for, all of them closed. All the startups I worked for closed. And when these things close, your stocks go with it, So, the fact that you didn't take a high salary, the fact that you worked long hours, the fact that you had many hats, all gone. All gone with the stocks because the company closed. And it's always at the startup level, it's always because of one bad decision. Always. Well, in my case, all of them, they say, 4 out of 5 startups don't work. Well, I worked in 5 of them. So technically, a long time ago, one of them should have blown up. I should have been retired back then, right? But no, all of them went south. And it was all because of a crucial mistake. Because at that level, the companies are sensitive. There's no cash in, cash out that easily. The resources aren't there as much. The investors, they want their cut. You got to deal with a lot of things at a startup level. There's a maximum level of growth you can do at a startup. And this is why bigger companies come and buy startups so they can pump their resource. So anyways, regardless, all of them closed because of, someone took the power too far. Someone made a bad decision because of power. It's often because the people couldn't make decisions during a very heated, powerful moment. So after 20 years of experience, do you think I'm going to give that power to, people on the internet? Absolutely not. That is like a disaster waiting to happen. So I think that's why I was a little stuck, because I was kind of looking for somebody I can team up with, and then we become extremely powerful with what I know. But again, it's never going to happen. I don't want to team up with anybody. No offense to anyone. So I thought about it and I said, you know what? I'm going to work with the Earth Angels. That's what I'm good at. I'm good with energy. So I know who's, Earth Angel and who's pretending or who's in it for the power or the fame, whatever. I see it. I see it very clearly. So that's my advantage. I can see through energy. So what do I do with that? I focus my energy now towards that group. I couldn't do what I can do because my energy was scattered everywhere. Both physical, family, friends, internet. I tried to make it everywhere in one shot. It didn't work. I listened to so many people, including lizards. Bad idea. You know? So in the beginning, I got lost. I got lost in this maze. So we're going to be the kings, chosen ones. We are going to be the kings because that much power should never go to one person, including me. Like, I can handle power very well, very well. But knowing me, I'll kill myself to save the world, and then that's not good either. You know, there's such a thing as too much of a sacrifice as well, you know? It's a shadow, I'll admit it. So, how do you control power? By spreading it. But not like democracy, you know, where a bunch of people that are voting and have no idea what they're voting about. No, 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 no. My democracy is going to be the Earth Angels. So it's me and the Earth Angels. It's like Charlie's Angels, but no, it's me and the Earth Angels. And I'm going to call them Earth Angels because I don't want to give names out. Because I myself, I'm being followed and la, la, la. I'm not going to get into the details because I don't want people to get scared. And don't be scared because I can handle it. I've always loved downtown, and trust me, these people are scared of my hood. It's that sad. And this is why I call them lizards. Because they're all tough on the outside, but they can't even walk on my street because they're scared. They're like, oh my God, we're not going to Compton. We're not going to South Central. Lizards just hang out in Beverly Hills. That's okay. No threat for me. So this is why I don't want that energy to go spread on these earth angels because they're pure souls and they haven't necessarily gone through what I've gone through. So I don't expect them to handle it the way I can easily. Easily. Again, to me, they're like 5-year-olds. They don't even affect me. So, Charlie and his angels. Sarah and her angels. So, this is a wonderful, wonderful moment for me because I'm actually excited about the disasters that are coming up. And I'm like the only one. I talk about it with my family and they're like, oh, your conspiracy theories. And I talk about it with my friends and they're like, don't scare us. So I'm like the only one excited, but I have nobody to talk to. When it comes to these things, I have no one to talk to. You know, I have some truther friends, but they're also like, you know, hiding or and doing their own thing. So I don't want to touch base with them and talk about truth. And anyways, we talk about the same thing because we're both into the same thing. So we both know, you know, me and that group, all the same truth. So there's no really much point of communicating more than once a month, you know. So it is what it is. I love talking about these things. And every time there's a disaster, I get excited because I'm like, hey, it's a time to change. It's a time to do something new and change our ways. And I always see it as a benefit. I often see it as, because with time, you learn to see, you know, disasters as benefit. In the beginning, you're like, oh my God, how could this happen? And then you juggle it like a clown in a circus. You know, you're like, whatever, throw me another ball. I don't care. I'm a professional at this point, right? So that's my benefit. I can make any monkey or lizard king, which isn't going to happen, right? Between you and me, that's never going to happen. So I'm going to make the earth angels my king. And I'm going to give them an incredible amount of power because I know they can handle it. And no one's going to go down because it's multiple people. So when you spread the power amongst multiple people, there's no corruption. It's like everyone has to agree before we move forward. And again, I'm not saying these names, but trust me when I tell you, these people, they know who they are. They know, and I see you just the way you saw me. And it's multiple, it's not just one. So don't go after just one because trust me, it's not going to work. So the multiple, I see you, you see me, and that's how we're going to clean up the internet. That's how we're going to clean up Instagram because it's too corrupted. There's no way, you know, everyone's on their own mission. It's like, oh no, I'm here to save, you know, the people. No, you're here for yourself. It's so obvious. So I'm not going to get into the negative thinking because moving forward, I just want to think positive. I said everything negative there is to say. Everyone, you know, I'm a regulator. I regulate. So whoever I was like, you know what, you went too far, I don't regret it. I've said it because it needed to be said. But now that I've said everything that needed to be said and corrected, now I can focus on the positive. I can focus on the solution, how we're going to fix this, right? It's like you give me a company. I saw the shit show for a year. And again, I know who the bullies are. I know who the people that can handle the power. I know who the backstabbers are. I know who the cheaters are. Whatever, man. Whatever. I can see very clearly. So now that I can see very clearly and I'm done regulating, because I'm just going to regulate once. I'm not going to keep going to these shows and keep regulating. I got better stuff to do. So I'm going to just show my talent through the internet because I'm not an actor. And I tried journaling. It's not for me. For me, it's better that I just turn the camera on and I start yapping and I just edit whatever that resonates in a final cut. I tried journaling. I've always tried. It never worked. It never worked. And I tried like 3 days ago and I swear it came out. The sky is blue. And I'm like, it's mocking me. It's mocking me. Like Teal Swan comes up with like a Akashic record, this is how the world works. And here I am, the sky is blue. So, it's not for me. Journaling is not for me. Not at this point of my life. Maybe one day I can write a book. Maybe. But at this moment of my life, it's not journaling. It's da with my words. That's what I'm good at. So God's my king. And my earth kings are the earth angels. So this makes me happy. I got a smile on my face, so I'm going the right path. I did a lot of thinking over the weekend, and some songs were talking to me. And thank you, Andy Darris from Halloween. We are divine. We are the ones that are kings. We are the ones that are going to be sitting on the throne. So, co-creating with the universe sends me message, and I send it out. So far, that's how I'm going to start. And then let's see, because like I said, my gene key is impatience when it comes to my career. So I understand I'm not going to win the lotto. Every time I bought the lotto, I knew deep inside I'm not going to win it. Every time I went to Vegas and gambled, deep inside I knew I was going to lose. I'm very lucky when it comes to playing cards with the family. But for some reason, in making instant money like that, I've never been lucky, which is fine. Because I know for a fact my mission is only going to be determined like later in life. It's not going to be like I wrote a book and I blew up, or I said something and I blew up. It's not going to be like that. I know for a fact mine's going to be little by little on a long term. And when I look back, I'm going to be like, all right, that was my mission. That's the feeling I'm getting. And this is why I'm so confused, because I don't know what to talk about like these, videos. I don't know what to say. So therefore, I'm not going to start thinking about what to say. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it, and whatever comes out, comes out. Great. And if it's not interesting, then it's not interesting. At least I can go back and be like, all right, I wasn't interesting. It's the only way to find out. Discover through the darkness. So this video, I want to make it about the chosen ones, because there's a lot of topics, the chosen ones. Is it the 144,000? Is it the 3 waves that Dolores Cannon was talking about? Like, it's a very, very abstract topic. No one can say, he's a chosen one, she's a chosen one. They're not, including me. I can't. But I want to make a video about it to clarify, because some people call themselves the chosen one, and I see what they do in the vaccine, and, when you can't be a chosen one when no one's looking, you're doing something bad, so I just want to clarify, because too many people are going around calling themselves chosen ones when they're far from being pure energy. So what is a chosen one? You choose yourself. Okay, that's the first step, because no one's going to come and say, oh, she's a chosen one, he's a chosen one. First of all, nobody understands energy to that level. And nobody even understands themselves to that level, let alone, say that this person is a chosen one or not. So again, it's normal that this topic is super confusing, just like the twin flames and the, soulmate topics. People can go far with it. I don't believe that your twin flame is a disaster, is somebody you hate. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. Whatever. Oh, he's there to, or she's there to trigger the shit out of you. I'm not too sure about that. Maybe in a loving way. Maybe they can be like, sweetie, you should look into this. But triggering the shit out of you, and that's how they're moving you, like a pawn in a game, by just triggering and triggering and triggering. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's not a twin flame. Call your toxic relationship with a disaster of a person twin flame. I'm never gonna call that a twin flame relationship. I can't stand the person. Oh, but he's my twin flame. Bullshit. If somebody makes you want to vomit, it's because they make you want to vomit. It's not because you have vomit inside you that needs to come out. No. I could have been feeling great and now I want to vomit. Whatever. So, same thing with chosen ones. It's ridiculous. People are like, oh, I'm a chosen one, Okay, well, because you're doing some volunteer work here and there, I don't know. So, again, you can't fool yourself. You can fool the world, absolutely, but you can't fool yourself. So, you have to tell yourself you're the chosen one. You appoint yourself. And that's how you get to judge yourself. Because if you know you're not chosen, you tell yourself you're chosen, it's inside it's going to laugh. It's going to laugh. And that'll be your own measuring cup. You can keep doing that until the inside doesn't laugh anymore. And when the inside doesn't laugh at you saying, I'm the chosen one, then you can know you're a chosen one. So again, you appoint yourself. That means you got to step up to the plate. You got to be like, you know what? If I'm going to represent God, and I'm not going to let any of these shallow things get to me, because all these shallow pleasures are, distracting you from your path. So you got to be so strong as a chosen one that these shallow earthling pleasures don't get to you. That the shallow insults from lizards don't get to you. That, the bullies and that and this, because that's what they do. They find out what your weakness is and then they pick at it like a stab until you go crazy. And it's normal. It's your sensitive spot, It's like, oh, pick at it until I'm not sensitive anymore. I don't know. I get it. I get the purpose of doing that, but I don't want to grow like that. I don't want to grow by getting constantly triggered. I rather grow through love, through beautiful words, through encouragement. So, chosen ones, we choose ourselves. Very important. Very important. We have to choose ourselves and on a daily basis. Because I chose myself and then I took a break. I was like, I need some self-love. I need a break, right? That's like me working on myself. I can't be like, I'm a chosen one. No, I'm not. I'm somebody that needs help, right? So, no, chosen ones, you have to determine if something's wrong, you go get help. If you need something, first you got to fix yourself. You got to tend to yourself. So we say no to people. Say no to people, oh, there's a great opportunity. If you know that's not a great opportunity, it just looks like a great opportunity, but it's not. Deep down, it's not a great opportunity. You say no. Learn to say no. Some people learn the tough way to say no, but eventually you're going to learn. You're going to have to learn to say no. So you say no to protect yourself because you are wanted. You are wanted because you're the first thing that they want to crush because you're giving light to everybody else, right? So you got to keep on keeping on. And it's true. Keep talking. They close TikTok, don't worry. They're going to eventually have to reopen TikTok or something else to replace it. And then if they open something to replace it, you just go in there to talk, right? So you keep your name so people know how to reach you and you just keep talking, no matter what, right? Because why? You're a chosen one. You can make it. And what's the key is that if you get punched, you get back up. You get punched, you get back up. This time you get an uppercut, don't worry, you go flying. Once you hit the floor, you're knocked out a little, you come to your senses, then you crawl, and then you come back up. Right? That's the trick. Because uppercuts and punches, and that's all that's coming. For chosen ones, that's all that's coming. But the light, the connection with God is what keeps us sane. Because we go to these earthly links, we get, stabbed by these forks, because they're forks, let's face it. So they're stabbing us with these forks, and then we go to our God hospital and we get our love. So it's okay. It's okay because the God love, fixes the stabbing from the forks like this. So totally fine. Don't be scared of the stabbing of the forks. That's why the chosen ones, they can handle it. They can handle the pain. They definitely can. They might be, seem as sensitive, as weak, but trust me, they can handle the pain. And that is why they are chosen ones. Okay? So you appoint yourself and you handle the pain because it's the pain we're taking. It's the Christ consciousness, right? It's not Jesus Christ. No one's trying to be Jesus Christ. It's Christ consciousness. So we're taking the pain from everybody and we're eating it up, right? And then we're pumping light out. That's the Christ consciousness. So the people that are actually doing that, they're the ones that are reflecting and practicing and leading by example. If you really love everybody, it'll show. Why the mission? It's always towards the mission. The mission is important because the mission is what holds companies together. It's missions that hold the planet together. It's all these little missions. So our mission is to bring light into the darkness, to show people's shadows. You know, when someone takes their shadows and they think they're hotshot with it, well, listen, that's actually a shadow, you know? So I have no problem telling things to people because it's the job of the intelligent to tell people where they're missing and lacking, you know? Maybe their parents didn't have time to tell them. Maybe their friends don't want to tell them. It's like, you know, when you have somebody in the room and they have bad breath, right? You don't say it in front of everybody, but at the end of the meeting, you can be like, hey, you know, you should look into that. Maybe it's a health issue, you know? I like to say stuff like that because nobody's telling the person. So they're just going to keep going on and on and on for like 30 years smelling because they have no one told them, right? So to me, it's like, well, if someone has, you know, I'm not saying you're in a meeting and just someone that happens to be hungry and have bad breath. I'm no, this is where people go too far. And again, people don't know how to use power. That's not what I'm saying. You know, don't go to the person, you stink. No. You don't belittle someone. You go into a meeting, you see people are talking, and you see, you know, certain people going like this, and you see it's affecting, right? And then what do you want? You want the benefit of the person. You want the best for the person. So obviously you don't do it in front of everybody because everyone knows this person smells, right? Say, you know, thank God we don't have that problem anymore with Zoom. But let's say, right? You go, you tell them, oh, you know, by the way, maybe you should look into that. Maybe you have a rotten tooth or maybe something in the stomach, you know, like very politely and very nonchalant on the side. It's for the best. It's for the best for the person. If the person doesn't know, the person doesn't know. So same thing with me. If I don't know something, I would love for someone to tell me, you know, of course. You know, build up the courage and tell me, hey, sorry, you're doing this wrong or you're doing that wrong. Hey, I got no problem if it's not coming from an ill place. If it's not coming from, oh, you know, you suck at this and let me remind you how much you suck at this. No. That's, again, it's all about intentions. Intentions. If you want the best for someone and you tell them something negative, trust me, they'll know that you're doing it for their benefit. Trust me. We've come to an age where people can now pick this up. The common sense people, like everyday regular Joes, can pick up your intentions now. And thank God that we've at this level because, you know, we're waking up. So again, chosen ones, right? We don't do it for the fame. As soon as you do it a little bit for the fame, it shows. I see who's doing it for the fame and who's not, and who's really doing it for the real reasons, right? We don't do it for association. You know, oh, this so-and-so is reminding me of God. Let me go hang out with him or her so I can be, you know, a chosen one by association. No, I'm sorry, you can't be a chosen one by association. You can't be a chosen one because you're married to a chosen one. You can't, you know, it's just so obvious. You know, in my opinion, Tony Robbins and Sage Robbins are the closest to the ideal human being. The closest. Now, I'm not saying they're perfect people. Maybe they've done some shitty things on their own. Like, I don't know. I don't know them. And to me, this is why I'm never starstruck. Like, I talk about the Gene Keys, but I'm not trying to meet Richard Rudd. If I do, great. If I don't, you know, no offense, Mr. Rudd, you know. Same thing with Tony Robbins. I'm not dying to meet these people. They're inspiring me. Their material, you know, they're mediums, right? It's a way of communicating. So the book blew me away. You know, Tony Robbins' work and Sage Robbins' work blows me away. And this is why I know that they are what they are. But it's not like, oh, I'm going to go stick to them and be a chosen one because I'm hanging out with Tony Robbins. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And then I see a lot of people, they're hanging out in groups because they think they're the chosen ones or their group's doing the best. And I still see the competition. It's like they're competing for the light. And it's fine, but it's a waste of energy. You're like competing amongst each other when there's a shit show happening outside. It's like the controlled opposition, you know? I'm working for the light, but then they're on these corrupted, you know, deals in the back, making shitload of money at poor people's expense. And they're like, oh, you know, I work for the light. But that's okay because we need all kinds of people at all kinds of levels. Like these people have shown me certain podcasts that to me are really important, even if I don't think they're the chosen ones. But that's okay. That's okay, because it's not up to me to say who is who, and it's not up to them to say who is who. Everyone has a role. And this is why I love downtown LA. When the shit hits the fan, I have downtown LA. I'm covering this. I've always loved downtowns. Even in Montreal, I was always downtown every day. I love downtowns. And I know nobody does. So I have the downtown area. But that's what it is. We all have little sections, no matter how powerful of a chosen one we are, or no matter how weak of, because there's chosen ones that can be corrupted very easily too, and they're the weak ones. They're the ones that came here to fight, but then they got corrupted and they got sinked into the devil's hole, and so it's okay. They're gonna stay in there until they can crawl out of it. But I see chosen ones going down the path as well. Just like how you have reptilians that are really good. There are reptilians out there that don't want to be part of the beehive, that don't want to be part of the agenda. So there's good reptilians out there, just like how there's bad Pleiadians. Like there's no good, bad, right, wrong. It's a big salad. And where do you want to associate yourself in the salad is what's going to create your timeline. And me, I'm sorry to say, I just want to associate myself with the creme de la creme, cream of the cream. And when I'm talking about cream of the cream, I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about fame. I'm not talking about lizard life. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about the purest of the purest forms of humans. Like Greg Braden says, pure humans. And I see who's the pure human and who's dirty. And it just takes a little dirtiness to be dirty. To muddy a water, you just need to throw a little bit of the crack or poop or whatever in the water for the water to be dirty. So, as soon as you're a little dirty, you're infected. So it's very, very important to be pure, and it's very difficult. This is why I call them pure souls, because it takes years and years and years. It's not a few volunteer work that gets you to become a pure soul. Trust me when I tell you, it takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of, backlash. It takes a lot of hell to become that pure. Just like a diamond. You have to go through so much pressure. And I see people cracking already. So trust me, you can't, I'm a pure soul. You're already cracked. You're already cracked, man. I'm sorry, you can't be a pure soul. Step 2, you're already out. So, so again, we appoint ourselves to be chosen ones, and we don't mock God. You don't say I'm a chosen one and then do a line of cocaine on someone's ass in the back. Like, come on, okay? I don't do cocaine, but it's just, I've seen stuff like that. And I'm like, come on, like fix yourself first and then you can represent God, like, so again, maybe that person's going to save somebody else on their own level, so I'm not judging. I've learned not to judge, because it's true. It's not good to judge, but you can't live in a world without judging. I can't be like, 8 billion people are incredible. I'm unconditional love towards the 8 billion people on this planet. Come on, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm gonna get to that level in this lifetime. I don't think I'm ever gonna say 8 billion people are incredible. No, I'm gonna judge only in the beginning to see where I need to place them. Because it's like you're going on a date. You gotta judge. You can't be like, I'm not gonna judge him. Well, you're going on a date. You should judge, like you should judge a few things. It makes no sense to not judge. I'm 100%. This is the stuff where, to me, the love and light bullshit comes. Don't judge. No, you have to judge. You have to be like, is this person worth being in my circle, or is this person worth being in my bed? Like, judge. Of course, judge. But once you're done judging, then let go. Like, once you've placed them in your hierarchy of where they need to be, then you let it go. Then you stop judging. Like, I'm not gonna keep going back to the same people and be like, hey, you shouldn't stop. No, you say it once. After that, it's up to them, whatever they want to do, So that's where the judgment comes in. I can't imagine to live a life without any judgment whatsoever. Then you're just like, oh, okay, let me just go here, go there, do whatever, because I'm not judging anything. Like, I don't know. To me, judgment, it's important. It's what keeps you sane. And that's where you put people where they need to be put at that time of their evolution. Maybe they go and they fix themselves and they come back and they skyrocket in your hierarchy of wherever you've placed them, so people can change. It's not that they can't change, but you need to first be like, all right, where's this person in their evolutional path? And then you judge. Should they come inside my circle, outside my circle? Should they just remain a client, a business worker, a colleague, Then you determine. You don't judge, you determine. I should use that word. You determine where you should place them. Super simple. So it's needed. Trust me, it's needed. So another thing that I've learned in this life, there's no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. And this is why I am capable at my age saying I want help from this person and not from that person. Because I have used all the shortcuts in the world, possibly. I even married a multimillionaire, right? Trust me when I tell you, there are no shortcuts in life. Every time I've taken a shortcut, a job that gave me a lot of money, whatever, I was paid for it. I was paid for it. And I'm not even joking to sound like a saint. No, I know I've screwed people over. Definitely. My first half of my life, I screwed so many people. I betrayed so many people. I even had a shrink once, and I told him my mom wants to. Poor my mom, she didn't know about this. But I went to the shrink and I said, and I put one of those veils. I'm probably gonna hear it in my life lesson. That's okay. That's between me and God. Mind your own business. But I put a veil and I went to a shrink and I said, you know what? My mom wants to marry me with this old man and I want to kill myself. It was over. I was on sick leave for a year. And I only had to go see this person like once every 2 weeks. And I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to pay for it. I know. But I didn't want to work. I was tired of working. I'm like, I want some paid vacation. And in Canada, if you have a good job, sick leaves are fine, whatever. So but whatever, again, I paid for it. I'm telling you, I paid for it. This is why I'm going to hear it in my life review, but that's okay. I know I did something very wrong, but I didn't know it was wrong. I was like, hey, it's a shortcut. I don't want to work. Let me just lie like this. And I paid for it. So again, this is why I refuse today to do anything wrong. Like I had a family member that worked in a company for 30 years and didn't even steal a stamp. Not even a stamp. And my family is very proud of that. They're like, look. Not even a stamp. This person never stole not even a stamp. And that's honorable because I have no idea what that means. But then I was like, you know what? I want to know what that means. I want to know what integrity of that level means, where you don't even steal. What's a stamp? Nobody sees. Trust me, nobody sees. And people always use stamp for work and their personal, it's a common thing. It's what, 30 cents, nobody ever sees. But I get it. It's not about the 30 cents. It's the principle. If you can hold yourself on 30 cents, you can hold yourself on anything. So it's the principle. And I wanted that because I have some family members that are like philosophers in my family. So I want to know why they took that route, instead of taking the material route like I did. And I'm a super earth sign. I loved luxuries for a very long time. Now I don't care about it because I can see the cost of having all these luxuries. But I used to. I'm an earth sign. We love luxury. We love earth things, earthly things. And that's part of it. Luxury is part of it. So I learned there's no shortcuts in life. I promise you. The only shortcuts you can do is if, this university gives this diploma in 2 years and this university gives the same diploma in 4 years. That's the only shortcut you can take in life. I promise you. I promise you. Anything else that's energy, you take the shortcut, you will pay the price. This is why I have no problem doing this from scratch. I am the perfect guinea pig to show you that if I can make it on Instagram, anyone can make it on Instagram. Why? Because I'm very solid. Maybe I am not the fastest runner. I'm a super turtle. But what happened in that little race, the turtle against the wolf, whatever, the wolf was taking the long run and he was taking naps, whatever. And he's like, I'll catch up to the turtle. The turtle's so slow. Yeah, the turtle won. So I honestly believe in that. It's not because I'm a turtle and I'm slow, whatever. I'm undefeatable. So that means if I can make it on the internet with the help of my angels, because I can't make it alone. Charlie is nobody without his angels. So I can't make it alone without my angels, but with my angels, I'm going to make it. And when I do make it, then the regular Joe can make it. I'm going to open the path for the regular Joe. Because like I said, if I can make it, anybody can make it. And that's where it's going. The future is going towards the internet. Everyone is going to have an Instagram page or a TikTok or whatever that's going to be in the future, because everything is going towards technology. There's no stopping it. And this is why I hate being famous. My favorite thing is to walk on the streets of random cities. You think I can do that by being famous? Like, I thought about it. And I was like, this is why I don't want to be in front of the camera. First, my past, always hiding from my father or whatever, my brothers. Because my brothers, when I was lifetime, my mom going to the library, my brothers couldn't find out that I wasn't going to the library, right? So I was constantly hiding from my brothers. My father divorced my mom. Well, my mom divorced my father when I was 11. So before the age of 11, I were always hiding from him. Whatever. I don't want to get into it. But my point is, if somebody like me that doesn't want to be famous whatsoever, and that's constantly hiding, and I love being behind the scenes. I love it. That's why I want to be a director. I don't want to be the star, whatever, I wanted to find someone else, make him the star, and I'm behind the scenes. That's what I like. Make the president star. I don't even need the credit. I just want to enjoy my time here. So, right? I thought about it, but now I have no choice. I have no choice but to put myself in front of the camera, and if I blow up, it's not even for me. It's going to be for the little people that have no chance because of these sharks on, these people that do nothing and have all the money and all the fame, but bring nothing to the table. But that's okay. That's okay. But I'm not talking about all the lizards. I'm just talking about the little lizards that are hanging on the big lizards trying to make it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's one thing being a lizard. It's another thing looking up to a lizard, but whatever. So, again, I'm going to pave the way with the help of my earth angels. Okay, so the action, how we're going to manifest, how we're going to change the energy. So I've determined I can't clean up Instagram. That I've come to the conclusion, I cannot clean up Instagram. But what I can do is I can help people lead by example. If we help people lead by example and we have a bunch of new people coming and we let the chance to these new people and we encourage them, we don't make fun of them and laugh at them through our podcast and do this and do that, right? We don't do that. We encourage all the newcomers. We encourage them all, right? And we keep spreading the light. And that's how we're going to clean it up. So right now we're spreading the light in a very corrupted world, right? So not much is happening. So spread the light, get dimmed, spread, you get dimmed, spread, you get dimmed, right? But then what happens? Then you have new people coming in. And as you're spreading, that's how we're going to clean it up, right? New people coming in, instead of getting influenced by these bozos, they're going to get influenced by the light. So then we keep doing that until we clean up. And it's the only way. It's the only way. So, how we're going to do this via action, because it's one thing for me to blab, right? Or like, this is what we're going to do. So, the action is, like I said, every platform they close, we open. We keep communicating, because that's the one thing they can't do, is shut us up, right? They cannot come and shut my mouth. They can't. So, I'm going to keep talking. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to do like weekly meetings like this. I'm going to see with the times how I can become who I'm supposed to become. Okay, so you have to give me some time here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make weekly videos and keep talking, just like we had a 60-hour blackout of the Schumann resonance, right? So these things are really important. We have to keep bringing this up, keep talking, right? So number one, always be on your platforms no matter what. Number two, always keep talking about the current energies, right? So the Schumann resonance, again, super important. And I love the angels that keep talking about the Schumann resonance, because some days you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I just want to sleep today. And when you see, well, you know what? There's a blackout right now. You know what? Now I understand. There's a blackout. I'm just going to sleep because that's an energetic upgrade. And like I said, you can't get 500 volts in a 200 volt body. So we're receiving this energetic upgrade, and we can tell through the Schumann resonance. So please, Earth Angels, you're doing a great job. Keep talking about the Schumann resonance, because people are starting to wake up. But what is the Schumann resonance? Oh, the planet has an Earth heartbeat. Oh, wow. Okay, so when the planet's heartbeat's freaking out, well, now I understand why my heartbeat's freaking out, right? So it's really important. And then people are going to start catching on because like regular people don't know what Schumann resonance are. So current energies, we keep talking about it all the time. And these girls and guys are doing great. The earth angels are both girls and guys. They're everything. I'm not, discriminating here. And again, I'm not naming their names because I want them to be protected. Upcoming energy, 2. We're going to talk about astrology. And again, they're doing great. This is coming, this new moon's coming, this full moon's coming. These are wonderful. So, current energies and upcoming energies. We keep talking about it. 3rd, future energies, right? What's going to come, what's expected, what's part of the plan, like artificial intelligence, this and that. We keep talking about the future energies. We keep revealing the truth. Who's behind what disaster? Because we need to know who's dirty and who's not dirty. Hey, listen, I'm all about forgiving. But whoever's dirty today, I am telling you, they're going to be dirty tomorrow. You don't put the dirtiest people next to you in hopes that by forgiving them, they're going to turn towards the light. No, I'm telling you, this is momentum. Yes, you can go from being a horrific person to a better person the next day. That I agree. But I don't agree that you've done a lot of bad things in your life and now suddenly, overnight you're an angel. It's not how the human works. So again, we talk about the future and upcoming events. However, we don't spread negativity. People that are like, oh, freaking out that AI is coming. Listen, first, don't you think that that's paid opposition? It's they're paid to go out scaring people. And trust me, people that are out scaring people don't build an audience. They don't. So if they're building an audience by scaring people, they're controlled opposition. So it's not, there's no point in scaring people. That's like before the Industrial Revolution, right? Oh my God, we're gonna have cars, these things with wheels, they're gonna turn and ram us over. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. And we have rammed people over with cars, sadly, sadly. It's true. It's true. But are we gonna focus on that? Our cars ram over people? No, we're going to focus on the fact that cars are incredible. It's our wings. We can travel the world with cars. We can go see our family members without getting shot and killed. We can see our pets the same day. We can do everything. We can go on road trips with our pets. We can do so many things with cars. Oh, but we can run people over. Yeah, we can run people over as well. It's also one of them. But imagine people live like that all the time. It's ridiculous. Look, people, AI is coming. Okay, there's nothing we can do about it. If it's in the hands of the wrong people, the right people, it's coming. It's coming. It's already here. It's already here, right? So me going out and be like, be careful, it's causing just negativity. Evolution is happening no matter what. Cars, airplanes came no matter what. Technology is coming no matter what. The neural link to your brain is coming no matter what. There's no stopping this. There's no stopping evolution. I'm stopping it, right? There's no stopping evolution. So what can we do? We manipulate it. It's like, oh, the thing's going this way. Let's just manipulate it and let it go a little bit this way, right? You only can manipulate evolution. You can affect it and influence it only. So AI is coming. Let's all assure that we're going to have control over this. Easy. Because AI can be your best friend. Listen, I'm tired of vacuuming. I wish I can have an AI called Sandra that I can be like, Sandra, it's time to vacuum. Wait, those little robots don't work. I bought those. They knock my chairs and then they're like, I'm lost. The Roomba. I bought the Roomba vacuum. The thing needs a bigger brain. It gets stuck in between my table and so it's a pain. I'd rather just vacuum and manual vacuum myself. So yes, please, I'd love an AI that can vacuum my house. So again, it can be the best thing that ever happened to us. The best. That means we can focus on real things instead of working in manufacturing, killing cows and whatever. This level should not exist anymore in this evolution. The level of slaughterhouses shouldn't exist anymore. People working in slaughterhouses shouldn't exist anymore. No offense. So, there's certain things that I don't want them existing anymore, and AI can help us with that. It can create stuff for us. At SpaceX, we have 3D printers. Whoever that can't make a part, you think SpaceX can be like, oh, well, today we're, manufacture has to be closed. That part didn't come in, No. They'll go and they print it. They make it happen, Trust me when I tell you, technology is a wonderful thing. I myself studied computer science, management information systems. I love computers. I love technology. Although it has isolated me for some time, I still love it, right? Look at the benefit that's coming. Wonderful benefits. Now, yes, if it falls into the 1% of evil hands, yes, but trust me, it's not. Because we have way better people with consciousness out there than people without consciousness. So, we're good. We're good. The light spreads faster than the darkness. And the light is spreading right now at an incredible level. So fast that people are like trying to be stars out of it. There's one life coach, and I'm not going to say his name. I participated in one of his, things, not events, but online things. And the guy kept on calling his mentor, bitch, please. He kept on saying that, bitch, please. Oh, what a bitch, please. He was talking about his mentor. And this guy is selling a system, a whole system for life coaches like me to go and put their clients and their address, what they have wrong, what ayahuasca they took, whatever. Why is he selling that system? The guy's a jerk. He's a complete jerk. But why is he selling that system? Because he wants the information. He wants information from real life coaches from like me to put on my client's information so that he can manage the system. So you see, it's just a question of who do I trust and who do I don't. Obviously, if someone keeps calling their mentors bitch please, red flag. That person's not a life coach. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. So again, it does piss me off that these people think they can do this to other people. And this is why I'm going to regulate. I'm going to catch these people and let the chosen ones know not to do this. Don't do what he's doing. Don't do what she's doing. Because I catch these. So this is how we're going to clean up. We're going to clean up. And if you think, what I'm going to do is annoying, then even better. Even better, because trust me, the chosen ones aren't going to think this annoying at all. They're actually going to appreciate this. But who's going to find this annoying? The annoyed people. The people who have the annoyed look on their face. Okay. So as a target of the Illuminatis, so as a target of the Illus, how can these Illus stop us, right? Because trust me, they've tried stopping me at all costs, and it never worked. Why? Because of free will, okay? So be very careful. They are like 5-year-olds, don't forget. So how can they get you? They get you by poisoning you, okay? So I've had random deliveries, oh, you want to try this? We'll pay you. Out of nowhere. So I'm like, no, we don't. Then I made a video and I mentioned how much I used to make, whatever. It's not even important, just so that people can take me seriously. But I don't even care. And then I get a text, oh, you want to make $100 an hour? Now, why is that text mentioning 100 now? Oh, okay, because the other ones, I knew they were just $20 an hour and they're not worth my time. Now this is 100. You see what they're doing? So they're watching your views, your videos, and then they're manipulating, they're using tactics. So don't accept delivery packages. Don't eat at restaurants where you don't know. By the way, the restaurants, I put the names. I'm not going back to those. That's why I put the names. I don't give a shit. I'm just letting you know that you can go eat there, but I'm not going back. So, and then be careful. I'm not traveling with an airplane. I'll travel with car and I don't want a chauffeur. I'm my own chauffeur. So, I cook my own food. I drive my own car. I'm untouchable. And I know my mechanic inside out. I know just my doctor, but I don't give a shit. I'm not going to that doctor anymore. But all the specialists, I know exactly who they are and they're not going to be corrupted and we're good. We're good. So you have to adjust. If you see someone's following you, then know that someone's following you. You're not making it up. And again, that's all they can do. What are you gonna do? So again, watch out. Don't eat in places. And number one, don't take anything offered out of the blue. Someone's like, hey, you want this? Don't. Just be safe. What is it? Don't have the cookie. Don't have, who cares? Protect your life at all costs because we need your light. And trust me, if it wasn't for these chosen ones, I would have been gone. I would have been like, fuck this shit. I'm not even dealing with any of this. Because anyone with self-respect wouldn't deal with this. That's how I saw it. These people, they're on their mission, so nothing can stop them. But when you're not on a mission of making videos, I don't know what to talk about, right? So it's going to be easy to wipe me out. And that's exactly what they did. So it's fine if it wasn't for these earth angels. So in return, I want to work with them. I want them to be part of my community, and I want them to be part of my group of friends. I want that circle in my life. And after a year, that's what I determined. But I don't want them physically here because we need them. They're all over the world. I don't want them physically here. If they ever need a place to stay, hey, I got a 3-bedroom house. You're more than welcome. I read energy, so trust me, I will never invite somebody to my house that's not a chosen one. So if you're a chosen one, you're a chosen one. And if you're ever downtown LA, you need a ride or a place to stay, you never have a problem with my place. So, and again, I read energy, so, you can't just send me anybody. I'm very, very grateful for these people. And I'm tired of the internet being dirty. I'm going to clean it up. I will, I shall, and I can, and you'll see. So the last point I want to make before I wrap up this video, because I can tell it's going to be a long one, but it's an introductory video, and it's a video that's going to set everything off, so it's an important one. Okay, it's not the prettiest that wins. It's not the tallest. It's not the strongest. And it's not the most intelligent or the bravest or the boldest. It's none of these people. You know who wins at the end and who will win? It's the one that can adapt. 100%. And I can tell you, my life is a proven story of this. I've adapted since the age of 0, -9 months. So I'm telling you, it's by adapting. If I wasn't a chameleon the way I am, I would have been left behind a long time ago, even just from my brothers. My brothers wouldn't wait for me. You think they would have waited for me just because I'm a girl? They were jealous that my mom protected me so much. This one has to remain pure. So my brothers didn't care. They're like, oh, she's already protected. So they didn't wait after me. They didn't go out of their way to be like, hey, this is how the world works. You should be careful. They thought I was going to be protected for the rest of my life. She doesn't need to know these things, right? So again, it's the only reason why I didn't stay behind. Like, I talk and I have an accent. I don't care. I don't care because I talk better than these people that speak English perfectly. I don't care. It's not the accent. It's not my lack of, word choices or whatever. It's not. I don't care. So it's the one that can adapt. It's funny. These people, they should go to the French area and go to learn the French language and go to French college and French university and then go to French Instagram and take over. None of them could. None of them. They wouldn't even pass the, hi, my name is so-and-so. Bonjour, je m'appelle. They wouldn't even pass that. So it's funny. It's okay. Let them laugh at my accent. I don't care. But that's what it is, right? They couldn't even do what I did. And I did what? Like 4 times? I've been a minority 4 times in my life. So thank you for the blessing, world. Because most people can't even be a minority once. They already crack. So again, it's the one that can adjust. The one that doesn't care about what people think, something I had to practice, and the one that can adjust and persevere, right? That's how we're going to win this game. This game of life. And don't forget, it's just a game. It's just a game. At the end, we're all going to die and we're all going to be one big, happy family. And I'll be like, remember when you did this to me and I hated you for it? We're going to have a beer in heaven. And I'm going to be like, see, I told you we drink beer in here. So, it's all going to be fun. But while we're in this world of duality, we need strategy. And this is our strategy. And this is how we're going to adapt. So don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. If I'm not making a video, it's because I have nothing to say. Trust me, you can't make videos like this every day. It's packed with information. You can't. Once a week, I'm going to try my best. And I'm going to try to set it off on a Monday because I tried over the weekend. I couldn't believe I said I'm going to start a cycle on a Friday. That was my mistake. Because when Saturday came, I was like, oh man, I'm not making a video and editing all day today. And then Sunday came and I'm like, I'm not making a video and editing all day today. So Monday, no problem. I tried to get the hair done, but whatever. So Monday, great. And towards the end of the week, I'll slack off. I'm going to try to do this Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday before the week gets kicked off. So again, Thank you very much. This is something brand new. I've never done this before, but I want to use Instagram as interaction. I want to come and interact. I don't want to be like, this is what I ate today. I've tried it, this is where I went today. Like, it was fun. That was fun while it lasts. Because don't forget, I'm new on Instagram. I'm still trying it out. So here's the thing. I was huge on Facebook. Huge in the beginning. I was always on Facebook, and that's how I knew everybody, and I would go to all these events because we had these events in Facebook you can make. And then when Instagram came out, I was like, oh my God, I'm not starting all this over. I'm not, because I was like, I gotta start all over, like start the friends all over. And I was like, I'm not getting into this. This is too much. I'm staying with LinkedIn and Facebook. So that's why I'm behind. Because then I was like, now I got to be part of the game. I got to be part of Instagram. So in the beginning, like not even beginning, last year, I was taking pictures of my food because that's where I was in the evolutionary timeline of me and Instagram. So now that I understand how Instagram works and how the bullies work or whatever, now I can play. But that's what I want it to be, interactive, because I'm better interactive than anything else. So we're going to be interactive. And that's how I'm going to build my audience. Whoever that wants to come and watch the show can come and watch the show. So, thank you very much. This is an exciting video for me. Again, something I've never done before, but it's going to unfold together with the help of God. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, you can cut the tape now. I'm done. I don't feel like lifting my finger. Come on, evil forces. Shut my video. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to do it myself. All right, on to the next one. Ciao.